Welcome to Enter the Vault.
These are the chronicles of two fat nerds on a quest to do as little as possible with their lives. I'm Connor Christian.
I'm Dean Case.
And this is Drawstring with Chicago Town.
So that was Drawstring with Chicago Town, recorded at our launch.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you've heard the song before and you were like, wait a minute, that's not how it normally sounds. It's not. It was masterfully recorded by, I was going to say us, but mostly you. You were the one actually fiddling around with the audition stuff.
And I still fucked it up.
Yeah, but whatever, man. We never said that we were any good at it. We were just saying that we were going to do it.
Yeah. It works, right? It sounds okay. It's passable.
That's what we like to go for here at Vault Comics, is passable and it works. You know what I mean? It'll do.
It'll do. So, launch thing. This is our first subject for the day. How is everyone, first of all?
We're all good. I mean,
sweet.
Well, I'm like just kind of tired, but
Why? All this work in the shop today, right?
No. I just had a heavy week of partying, man.
Cool.
I celebrated Australia Day the other day. That was pretty fun, but went out into Shoreditch, so it was awesome and expensive.
Yeah, I can imagine. I don't want to imagine. But.
No, we went to the Blues Kitchen though. If you guys have never been to the Blues Kitchen, it's pretty sound. You know, just pop down Shoreditch, check it out if you just want to see some cool live jazz musicians and shit.
Talking of live shows, and coming up later on, we got a band called Fresh who also played our launch and we recorded. They're doing a thing at Sadtastic Fest, which is on the 3rd of February with a bunch of other bands, and it's free entry at the Old Blue Last. So, and it's
is it Simmer's album release as well?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get a stall there.
That'd be cool.
So,
I mean, I think I'm working that day at my other job, so
yeah,
I'll probably if I
it's
am
a Wednesday, so
it's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was on a Saturday.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I can totally go then. Yeah, well.
Sweet.
Or one of us goes there, one of us stays in the shop, and then
we'll see.
Just come later. Yeah, we'll see if we can actually get a stall.
Yeah. So launch. Where do we even start? I guess we did a launch show.
Yeah. Well, you guys all know about the launch show because we badgered your ears about it for like 3 weeks solid, maybe 2 weeks solid.
But it's done now, so you don't have to hear about it anymore.
Except for them right now.
Short section.
Yeah, and it was a roaring success, I think. Maybe roaring is too strong, but it was a success. People turned up.
Yeah.
Like the bands actually turned up and played their stuff.
That was good.
No one else did.
No. Well, we had a couple of people.
No, we had big up to Steve from Sweet
Story Bro.
Okay, because I keep getting it confused with Cool Story Bro in my head, and I have to really think about it. And that's not because it's a bad title. It's just that I'm really shit with names. Sometimes.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to anyone who did come. Bands included in this and stuck around and actually listened to the other bands. That's always appreciated. And filled out the space a little bit.
Yeah. I was so afraid it was literally just going to be us two on our shop floor and just this like empty abyss of nothingness and comic books.
Yeah. And an arcade machine.
An arcade machine that just keeps going at some point.
So what happened? What was the schedule for the day, I guess?
The schedule for the day was, in the morning we had a fella come in called Neil Gibson who created and wrote he's done a lot of stuff, but his most prominent work is this thing called Twisted Dark, if you guys have heard of it. It's kind of like a dark Twilight Zone kind of thing. It's a bunch of short stories. They're all horror themed, and they're really interesting and dark. If you like dark imagery, it's all in black and white as well. So
you get that real black pages and
yeah. It's very gritty looking drawing and stuff like that. But so he came in and did a signing. Signed it. So if you guys are interested in Twisted Dark and checking that stuff out, we got signed copies.
Yeah,
at the moment knocking about the shop. I mean, no one actually came in for the sign. That was embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. We had a guy come in. He's like, let's get some books signed, and then two people showed up and he just roasted them. But it was just funny because basically because it's that one short story. It's like a 2-page story at the beginning of his book, right? And this one kid, he was like, just read, I want you to just read this, just check out, and I guarantee, he was being a very good salesman. And the fucking dickhead didn't even, he looked at the first page and was like, nah, and put it down. It's like, dude, it's 2 pages long. I'm sure, that takes 10 seconds to read. If you're a fast reader, 2 pages of comic books takes about 10 seconds. Come on. Just dedicate a little bit of time for some hard work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we got an interview with him, which we'll put up at some point with another interview we did with James Raven, who we've spoken about before, who's done Vamp the Lost Soul. That was a pretty interesting interview. That was I think they're both about 20 minutes, so kind of too long to slot into one of these podcasts. But I'll probably just cut them together and
put them up to
double pack.
Oh, so we can just miss a week again and
yay! Oh yeah, sorry
about that, guys. If anyone was waiting for that was our bad.
We was too busy.
We didn't manage our time enough.
But I mean, how could we have possibly uploaded that on a Sunday with all the prep for the show and stuff? And it was mad. It was actually a pretty busy weekend thinking back on it.
But regarding the show, I was really worried at one point when we did start, and then when we were trying to get the amplification working and stuff.
Yeah.
And because we're real crusty and DIY and stuff, we were like, instead of investing in monitors or whatever, because, we're going to be playing live shows with acoustics, so you need to have a monitor of some kind. We were like, you know what? We can just feed it through our record player and just play it through their that speakers. That's going to work great, isn't it?
And that went really well.
That went so well. If you basically getting screamed at by a banshee, that would have been a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
As soon as we hooked up, it was just mad feedback or something. It was just a very loud, piercing wail, which I'm pretty sure the shop next door probably didn't appreciate, even though they were playing music all day today, and it was so annoying.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just thumpy, loud music all day, and I was like, I'm trying to watch Bronson. Shut up.
So, yeah, we dropped that idea pretty fast.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
It's like, we got an open enough space. We can deal with it. Basically, you guys are going to have to sing a bit louder.
It worked in the end.
It worked in the end, yeah.
As you can hear on the recordings, kind of, even though those microphones were right close to the face.
Yeah, but I mean, you can... What audio are we using for the video? Is that the recorded audio that we did as well?
Yeah, overlaid.
Okay, right. So my point was moot then. I was going to say you can hear it on the record, but no, it's just... But, I mean, if you were there, you know that it actually sounded okay. You could hear everything even when you were standing right at the very back and stuff, which I was for a while. Just... We had a couple of people walk in mid-performance and just be like, ooh. Turn away and walk off. And I was like, sorry.
Turning away custom. Start ringing shit up on the till while we've got an emotional performance going on. That would have been the best. Ambience.
When... Oh, yeah, no, I was just thinking, when did I have to, shush a customer before? It was when we had a mate of ours did an interview with a pro Magic player. And midway through the interview, someone came in and I was like, shh. And I Pink Panthered them around the shop, da-da-da-da, comics, da-da-da-da, £3, thank you. And then they left and stuff. But they were understanding. They looked back and they were like, oh, should we? I was like, well, cool. For anyone who didn't hear that silence, it was me putting my thumbs up and nodding. Yeah.
So it's just a weird bit of podcast there where it's just empty air and just a slight fabric going. It was him putting his thumb up.
Yeah. If only I was like BB-8 and I could just get a little lighter out every time I wanted to Someone's actually done that as a cosplay. And I think that's pretty funny. They just walk, and they just pop a lighter out.
Shame Deadpool was in the video.
But whatever, man.
We'll get onto that later.
Later. I'm sure someone just heard that.
I kicked my mic stand. Sorry.
I'm sure someone just heard us say Deadpool and they're like, oh, not again. It's like when you're hanging out with your grandma, you know, the slightly racist grandma, and then someone mentions, I don't know, just a Muslim friend of theirs, and then you're like, oh no, that's it. That's going to set them off. That's basically what it's like. People hear Deadpool and they're like, oh god, they're going to do it again. They're going to complain.
They're talking about Deadpool again. That means we're in for complaints for 10 minutes. And then we're going to hear some sad music afterwards. So.
Which isn't going to lift our spirits at all.
So, running order was fun. That ended up working out fine. I left enough space. I left basically 45 minutes for each set. And then we ended up running kind of late, to be honest, but because we'd left enough time between acts, it kind of balanced out a little bit. I was really worried, to be honest, about just there not being space for
all the mics and stuff. But I think we just underestimated the floor space that we had up there because of the sofas. We had plenty of room.
Loads of room. So what else is there to say about it other than thanks if you came down, and bigger thanks if you played.
And if you didn't come down, check out the videos that we're going to be putting up of the people's performances.
Yeah, we've currently, as of recording, this is the 28th at the moment, we've got 2 up. We got Your Friends and Drawstring, and I'm trying to get the rest of them edited to put up like 1 a day over this week. So, but it depends obviously how long shit takes to render out and upload and stuff.
Video
like
editing is a arduous process.
It is. It's long. And now I understand why our good friend Ed gets paid to do it.
Oh, yeah. He actually does a good job on it. I'm kidding with you, mate. You did a fine job.
I did okay.
A pucker job, mate.
I guess.
For an amateur, it's good. Also,
thanks to Ali for coming down and actually filming for us.
Yeah, nice one, mate.
That was much appreciated.
And using a very nice camera as well. I was fully expecting, because obviously we were employing mates, someone just be like, I've got a GoPro and a what were those fucking shitty cameras, right?
Flip?
Yeah, that's it. Flip cameras. I was excited.
I've got one somewhere.
Yeah, I think I've got one. I've got one back home, and it's still just like knocking about in my old room. I'm like, why haven't I just thrown this away or used it as a brick or something? Yeah,
use it like a paperweight, basically.
I mean, it's a novel idea, but the fucking video you get out of it is...
It was the GoPro before the GoPro, let's face it.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was, but it's not anywhere near as practical. Yeah.
You drop one of those things and it explodes into 1,000 pieces. You drop a GoPro and it's just like...
Whatever, man.
Yeah. I mean, I can shake it off.
We've all seen video. Have you ever seen like the video of the GoPro falling off like a plane or something like that? And it just falls all the way to the ground and it's just like fighting, then a pig starts eating it or something like that. It's like weird.
Yeah. There's also the video where they like launch, there's a few of them where they basically launch GoPros into the atmosphere with weather balloons.
Sweet.
Tiny Moving Parts did a music video like it, and then the GoPro just fucking drops. Good job it didn't hit anyone on the head, because I'd imagine from that height.
Oh, that's death. Yeah, that's insta kill right there.
So let's do another song.
It's from it's a threefer. Now we got Sonic the Comic again. Is it third time we've played him now, or third time?
Third time.
So this is Sonic the Comic with Link's Awakening. See if you can work out what this one's about.
1, 2, 3, 4. I used to stay indoors on summer holidays, and all I wanted to do was play my Game Boy sitting in the shade. What could the hot weather give me that wasn't Link's Awakening and AAA batteries? And I remember beating dungeons, getting tips from magazines. I remember collecting instruments, no matter how difficult the bosses seemed. The days flew by and I lost track of time, collecting things I didn't understand. At the time, it was an adventure and it was mine. It was the first Zelda game I played, and Zelda wasn't even in it. It was the second or third game I ever completed, though I needed guidance to win it. I didn't have the patience to get the money for the bow, so I stole it and the shopkeeper would never let it go. And I remember beating dungeons, getting tips from magazines. I remember collecting instruments, no matter how difficult the bosses seemed. The days flew by and I lost track of time, collecting things I didn't understand. At the time, it was an adventure and it was mine. Thank you.
And it was all a dream.
What?
Link's Awakening, it was all a dream.
Oh, right.
That's
yeah.
what the song's referring to, and they're like, it's the only Zelda game without Zelda in.
Yeah.
Because
Have you played it properly?
no, I've never. The only 2 Zelda games that I've played properly, and this is properly in Connor's terms, which is I didn't complete it, is Ocarina of Time and A Link Between Worlds.
Fair enough. Not played Majora's Mask?
No, I didn't have was it on GameCube?
N64.
It was on. I didn't have either of those.
And then they re-released it on GameCube. So
Yeah, and now they've just re-released it again on the 3DS, like last year.
because all that money, right?
Yeah. I bet it's pretty good remaster. It's up there. It's like they did just as good a job as they did with Oot.
Yeah. The 3DS is pretty powerful.
Yeah, it's a
bit of
great
kit,
it's a
actually,
really great handheld console. Like it's definitely the best one for me. Like the 3DS XL is boom up there. Killer
Tops.
job.
Other than the Vita, maybe, because that's Powerhouse. But
No, that's
no
the
games.
thing. Vita, is a fantastic piece of hardware, but there's no games for it, and there's no cracking ability on it. So
No. I think we spoke about this
Yeah, we
last
did.
time. Oh,
Yeah.
well. Anyway, we should have segued from Link's Awakening into this. Started talking about adventure and stuff. But we fucked up, so we're going to talk about D&D now.
Pathfinder,
Pathfinder.
but D&D is a lot easier to say.
Yeah.
And people know what you're talking about when you say D&D.
Nerd games.
Nerd games.
Nerd games. So we started a Pathfinder session, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, we've only done 2 sessions, but it was 3 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah. So where can I even start with this? It kind of just happened. It was an idea of our friends, Seth, who we'll probably have on here at some point.
We'll have on here, or if you hang around the shop, you've probably seen him.
Yeah.
He's a regular character
Yeah.
in our sitcom.
In our universe.
In our universe.
So he's the DM. You're okay, let's just go through characters. Who have we got? We got Seth, you, me, Bonnie, my girlfriend, and Josh, one of Seth's friends, who's a really nice dude who I hadn't met before.
But who are you in game? It doesn't matter who we are out of game. Who are you in the Pathfinder?
Do you want to go first?
Nah, you go first.
Because I've got to think of everyone else though and how to describe them.
I can think of that as well. So I'm going to introduce myself. It's like a work meeting. We're all going around
Going around the
networking,
table.
stuff like that. Well, my name is Drad Finchley. I used to be a bard, and I went to a lumberjacking place. I got a bird called Aberdeen knocked up, and we had a kid called Ben. And I decided I couldn't go adventuring anymore because I have a life to look after now. You know, I mean, I have to raise a child because my stupid wife didn't want to get rid of it. Like we could have just taken it to the orphanage, but no, she's all like, "Ooh, we have to keep the baby. I love it now." Oh, fine, whatever. So I stayed around, and I'm not very happy with my home life. So the first adventure that pops up, I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's do it. Let's pop off.
Let's get back on the old horse.
Get back on the old horse." And it's been a while. You know, it's been a while since I adventured.
Yeah, so I'm Felkin the Cromulent, obviously a Simpsons reference there, for just something that's adequate, which I found to be a perfect word for it.
I was going to ask what cromulent actually meant, because I've obviously seen it referenced to The Simpsons a million times, but never.
It's just a perfectly cromulent word. So I'm a rogue. Basically, my backstory is that I live around this lumberjacking village where the campaign is mostly going to be set, I think. It's kind of our hometown. And it's like it's like a forest that backs onto a small town. And the town is used to gather wood from the trees and sell it on. Hence, there's a lumberjacking community.
Obviously, that's where I live.
Yeah. So essentially, I'm just a guy who basically just steals shit. I'm a bit of a kleptomaniac.
You're a rogue.
Yeah, but I'd stolen a few things from the wrong people.
Yeah,
around the town.
and now you're starting to become a bit of a fishy character. People are you're starting to be disliked, I think.
Yeah. So I'm kind of trying to get back into the good books of this guy called Gavil or Gavin.
We've just called him Gavin.
Yeah.
It's way easier to say.
Yeah. So and he's basically the head honcho of the lumberjacking ring.
Well, it's not. It's
racket,
like
the lumberjacking racket.
It's more of a racket, like a mafia firm kind of thing. Like he's got thugs and they extort people. They just beat people up and stuff. So he's got his fingers in a lot of pies.
Yeah, and I'm one of the hot berries in that pie.
Burning his little fingers like a hot pocket.
But I'm in trouble. So essentially, we met up in a bar, as all D&D adventures start. I'm pretty sure.
But it's hard to come up with an imaginative way for everyone to bump into each other. It's just way easier to just be like, you're all hanging around in the same place, you don't know each other, and now you're all standing kind of close to each other. So start saying words.
Yeah. So we start hearing the rumor mill starts turning.
Yeah.
About like some missing children, who one of them is Gavil's, and I'm like, yes, maybe I can make some money and
get back in the good books.
So yeah, we meet this guy called Scruff, yeah, who is Josh's character, who's the typical kind of big guy. He's barbarian.
He's slow speaking, slow witted, but big heart and big arms. You know what I mean?
big hammer.
Big hammer, yeah, big heart, big hammer.
So
where's his hammer on his sleeve, man?
We kind of just set off to try and find these kids. I try and convince them to actually join up. You didn't take a lot of convincing.
Yeah, because I just wanted to get out of the bar. I just wanted to get the game going. But also my character would just be like, let's go. I can't be asked for this shit anymore. We've had a couple of burleys at this point, so I'm very impressionable.
Yeah. And Scruff is Gavil's, or one of his bodyguards.
He actually looks after the child on Sundays.
Yeah. So we kind of said, hey, look, you can get a promotion if you find him.
You can stop being a glorified babysitter, mate.
Exactly. You get some big bucks. And we'll get some big bucks too, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll help you out, man. We'll help you out.
So we hear rumours about this orphanage being burnt down. And it's kind of like a haunted place, so kids kind of dare each other to go hang out there. And that's
where kids like to go to
begins,
feel,
really.
Yeah, that's where the story begins and abruptly erupts into
chaos, really.
Yeah. I feel like our DM might have been a bit harsh on us for level, like, because we started off at level 2. And so we check out a burnt out orphanage. We quickly find a little trapdoor. We go down to the trapdoor, and then we're encountered with a fucking huge. It was a spider, right?
Yeah, it was a giant spider,
a humongous spider, and then a group, like a horde of smaller spiders. And it's like, what? You've got a fucking bard here who barely knows his G minor from his A because he's not played for like fucking 7 years.
He's a bit rusty.
Yeah, the dice rolls have been illustrating that. I don't know why. The past 2 sessions we played, I have.
You haven't rolled a single 20.
No, I've not rolled a single 20, but I've rolled I can think of about 7 occasions where I got 1s and 2s.
Nice.
And it's like, no, not nice. It's not golf, mate. I want more numbers, not less numbers.
So we head into this orphanage basement. We fight a few spiders, and then I find some silver daggers and wolfsbane, which should have been a huge heads up, really, for what was going to come. But
I'm not well versed in my mythic creatures.
Yeah.
So.
Metagaming, I was like, no, we're level 2s. We're not going to be coming up against werewolves anytime soon.
No. But I don't think anyone really thought werewolves, really. Like, well, because
silver daggers.
Silver dagger. And then we found the wolf. None of us even knew what it was for. We were like, someone had to go off and be like, I think Seth went off and he was like, oh, yeah, it's used for werewolves. He basically told us.
He lied. Because he definitely knew what it was for.
Yeah.
Good DM. He kept the ruse going.
Man. He's a little trickster. Trickster.
So we're looking for these kids. We don't find them near the orphanage, but around the back of the orphanage, we find a bunch of ripped up tents and some drag marks, and we're like, shit. So we follow them, end up in a woods, get attacked by a tree.
Yeah, got fucking rid of that Evil Dead shit straight away. Carried on with our merry little way, bumped into a little girl who was like, I'm lost and sad. I'm from the orphanage. And she had scratch marks on her. Again, we weren't thinking. Dean wanted to stab her, actually, which in hindsight, actually, probably would have been a good idea. But I mean, I'm a dad. I don't want to see a little kid stabbed in the face.
I was just super suspicious because
why would a kid just come out of nowhere? Yeah, looking back, hindsight is 2020. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Looking back on it now, it's like, it all makes so much sense. But we were all just caught up in the adventure, man.
Yeah. So we head into the woods. We come across these 3 bugbears, which are kind of like orcs, I guess. Closest way of explaining them.
Yeah, they're
fat orcs, kind of. Look up a picture of one, and it will be clear.
I always thought a bugbear because I'd never encountered a bugbear before in any of my adventures.
Yeah,
and I always thought it was like, you've seen Starship Troopers, right?
Yeah.
I thought a bugbear was going to be like that huge alien at the end that kind of looks like a maggot mixed with a dog.
Yeah,
I thought that's what a bugbear would look like. 'Cause it's literally like a bug and a bear. I was like, oh.
No, they're pretty much humanoid.
Yeah, they look a bit like wolfy. They're like more manly werewolves. There you go.
Yeah, kind of.
And a bit orcish.
Yeah, slightly orcish.
So we attack these bugbears, and lo and behold, a fucking werewolf comes out of nowhere and starts ripping us to pieces, and it fucking decimated us, man.
It did. It wrecked us pretty hard, actually.
And I tried to throw an axe at it, and I got a 1, and I just threw it off into the distance. I was like,
I tried to throw a knife and missed, but then I rolled a crit on a backstab.
Which we thought, like, yeah, that's it. We've got this sucker. And, werewolves are, like, OP as shit. So
it just kind of bounded off into the woods.
Yeah.
So we'd already been decimated by a vine at this point, an assassin vine.
The vine didn't do too much to us, though. Well, that's because I had the magic wand, so I just went, like, skibbity-dee, skibbity-doo, we're all back to normal health now.
Yeah, so that's gone now. Then the werewolf happened, and that put us all back down again. And then we kind of move on to get to this... kind of like we find some ruins, and we establish that they're dwarven ruins that go down into a dungeon, and we head down there. Well, before we head down, Bonnie joins. This is in between the 2 sessions.
Yeah, so Bonnie comes out of nowhere. I wasn't there for when she came around, so...
No, she's basically a wood elf ranger. So typical ranger shit, really. Just hanging about in the woods, like, oh, don't come to my woods.
I am the woods.
I
live and breathe nature. Yeah, all that wank.
So me and Scruff basically were like, we're not going to try that. So we try and rob her, because I was like, how can we get her into the party? Because she wasn't saying anything.
Wasn't partaking.
wasn't making the effort, to be honest, to get involved in the party. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to do something. Let's try and rob the bitch. I'm allowed to call her the bitch
because it's in character.
Yeah, and she's my girlfriend, and I wouldn't treat a woman like that. But she's fine; she can take it. Anyway,
cool, man. That's cool, man.
So then we're like blah blah blah. We head down into this dungeon. Takes us about an hour to get down there.
Yeah,
and then we enter the first phase of combat, and that's when you turned up for the second session.
Mm-hmm. And just do like. Get past the boring stuff, deal with a couple of kobolds. They're like, oh, go to the next part. That's where the kids might be.
We get 2 pet kobolds as well. Basically.
Yeah. One's called Steve, one's called Gregory, because they were slave kobolds and we killed their masters. So I think they're like house elves or something like that. So they're like, oh, we're your slaves now. So we have them along just in case they know anything about the thing. We encounter some like bats. What were they? Sprites? No.
Oh, I can't remember what they're called.
But they were pieces of shit. They just kept taking dexterity damage off of me and shit. It was annoying. And so blah, blah, blah. And then we come across the big bad enemy. We found a
ghost
floating set of armor. Yeah, which looked very ghostly, and it was hissy and smoke was coming out of it. And every time we try any attack we tried to do, it was just like Bonnie, what's her name again?
Elra.
Elra tried to shoot an arrow at her at the ghost, and it just fizzled the arrow. Well, it dissolved one half of the arrow, and then the other half flopped onto the ground. We tried throwing stuff at it. Anything we threw at it, it would just kind of freeze in midair, and then it would decimate it or whatever. And we were like, all right then, that's it. So we decided,
wait, we should do a song, leave it on a cliffhanger, and then come back. Oh
yeah.
So this is Splitsville with Inadequacy.
Which is how I felt when I was playing this game. Really.
Yeah.
Rubbing your bones slightly against mine with such a violent excuse to lose my mind. A feeling of infinite escape from reality and time passed me by.
Hey there,
And I know you don't want me to say, but
and see you by the door.
no person I want to be with.
Cold stare, I belong inside a morgue. Breathe there, it's become such a pain. Beware, I may drag you down again. You put the bruises in my guts. You put the poison in my guts. You tore apart my love from lust. I'm sorry I was not enough. When I wish we could return to when we used to yearn for company. But now it seems to be that all you see in me is inadequacy. So you just take all of my blood before it kills me from this rush. I've always given you too much. I'm sorry I was not enough. I'm sorry I was not enough. I'm sorry I was not enough. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Thanks very much.
So that was Splitsville with Inadequacy, and we're going to get straight back into it. Again, that was recorded at our thing, and there'll be a video of it. So
All of the songs are recorded at our thing. There we go.
sweet.
Null
Cool.
and void now. So we were like, you know what? We've got 2 slave kobolds. We could use one as a little experiment, because none of us are even like Josh, the guy who's playing Scruff, who's he's played Pathfinder a lot. Even he's not like working out what this thing is. He's like, I've got no idea. So we were like, we'll have an experiment. You know, we'll tie up Gregory, because he wouldn't shut up either. He was like, I love you so much. Every time we did anything, he was like, yes, master, love you, master. So we're like, that's it. We've already got one fucking ball gagged in the loot bag, just in case. So so we have a spare. So we used him, but then we didn't get to see what happened to him when the ghost finally got to him. But when we finally re-encountered the ghost, Gregory was a skeleton now floating along beside him. And so
With a bunch of other dead kobolds.
yeah, just floating along beside the ghost. And so naturally we were like, holy shit, this thing can raise the dead. We are fucked, mate. So we ran down some hallways and entered another room, which had
A bar fight.
yeah, shit, I forgot about the bar fight. Yeah, so deal with the bar fight. It's just a bunch of kobolds. It's one of the kids and a halfling that we're looking for.
Yeah.
We're not looking for the halfling, but we're looking for this kid. So we're like, cool, you're extra information, even though she's completely fucking useless, as is this halfling. They just stand on the sidelines going like, you can do it, guys, whenever we get into a fight. So
Yeah, pretty much. So we hightail it out of the bar. We're still being chased by this fucking thing, and we have no clue what it is.
thankfully, it's quite slow. Like
Yeah.
the ghost is, because like, you know, it's dwarven armor, isn't it? So
It's pretty slow, but we kind of pace it out because we can see it's clearly doing damage to all of the shit around it. So we head out, like, basically into these back corridors behind the bar. I run down this corridor, and there's a door there. There's two turnings basically with 2 doors, and one of them's straight ahead and one of them's to the left. And I'm like, well, we don't want to hit a dead end and be caught.
yeah,
So straight down the end, see where we end up.
no,
Natural 20 on the unlock on the door. Swish. That was
straight in,
great.
confirms the crit as well. Oh no, wait, that's only in combat. So yeah, you got a natural 20, got straight in, and more kobolds and a kobold wizard. Fucking fantastic. You know what I mean?
That was some gnarly combat.
That was some. I was getting fucked up because this wizard was just having a proper go at me. He was.
He didn't like you, mate.
He didn't like. Well, I was just playing a little ditty, and he was like, "That's it, fucking magic in your face," and it was just like just taking loads of damage off me.
So at this point, we decide maybe we could lure this ghost thing to the middle, kind of where the two doors intersect, and have the kobolds kind of killed by the ghost while we jet through the other door. So I go back and I unlock the other door, swing it open. There's a bunch of ghouls in there, which are pretty nasty.
They're nasty. Again, yeah, I feel like way too hard for level 2. This shit is getting insane. We are not being... So we're like, oh shit. So we hightail out there, go into the room next to it, and again, a bunch of fucking kobolds, which, we daze a couple of them with a light rod. It's like, yeah, in your face, we got you. And we killed them, and then I got a little bit cocky and ran into the room, and then 2 kobolds just jumped out of nowhere and basically assassinated me. I was like, shit.
You were surrounded by 3?
Yeah, I was surrounded by 3 at one point, and I was just, basically just like, again, like in the Civil War thing, where Captain America and Winter Soldier was punching the shit out of Iron Man, but like they were basically doing that. They were playing keep ups with my fucking ball sack, basically. So I just went into full on defensive, just curled, like it was like high school all over again. I just curled up into a ball and just waited for the pain to end.
So we fight off all these kobolds. We see that there's some like dwarven boots on the wizards, and we're like, oh shit, we heard about this ghost
who was collecting dwarven artifacts. So
yeah.
Like, let's give him the.
And also there was a tale of like the ghost burnt down the orphanage, and we seeing this shit burning stuff, and we're like,
makes sense. We were like, yeah, we figured it out. We Sherlocked this shit. We got it. Give it the boots, and it will stop attacking us. And we were like, okay. We fucking threw the boots to each other. We hot potatoed it, threw out the ghost, and he just dissolved him and just didn't give a shit. And we were like, God fucking damn, we were so close. And then basically, it just got to a point where the ghost got really close, and then the DM was basically like, you see there's a green haze around the ghost, and like doing like a big wide-eyed nod at Josh, the more experienced Pathfinder game, and he's just like, it's a fucking gelatinous cube. It wasn't a ghost at all. It was just a fucking ball of gel that had, eaten some armor. The armor wasn't dissolving because it's dwarven, you know what I mean? And then just these kobold soldiers that we thought had raised from the dead, they were just suspended. They were just fucking suspended. Oh, I felt like a right dick when that came about. And basically, like, gelatinous cubes are just tanks when it comes to like taking energy, and they only take like slash damage, so you can only use sharp objects.
And they're immune to crits, much to my dismay.
Yeah, because you were getting some fucking fantastic rolls. Again, I was just like, 1. No fucking point.
And then the cube, Seth rolled a crit for the cube to attack Scruff. And
who's basically our main guy. He's like, come on, please, you're the one who's going to kill this thing. And it ate him.
It envelops him. Envelops him, I meant to say. Envelops him.
Envelops him.
Yeah. And paralyzes him for 9 turns, and then puts him into negative hit points with acid damage.
So basically, it's just slowly eating away at him.
Yeah, which was gnarly. And we was trying to hit this thing with everything we had,
but didn't want to get too close. So we were just like, slash, go back. No, slash, go back.
And
afraid it was going to roll another critical and just eat another one of us.
Eventually, we managed to
slice this thing, to death. We sliced and diced it. Scruff finally got out. I managed to get him to just under positive, right? Just under positive hit points.
No, I think you got him to 3 hit points.
Oh yeah, I got him to 3 hit points, so he's still on the verge of death. And then the DM was like, we'll leave it there for now. We're going to say that you guys managed to make it back to the beds that you were near before.
We found some beds.
Yeah,
we totally glossed over that.
Yeah, but it wasn't really part of the story.
Yeah. So we summed up 6 hours of playing in like 10 minutes there, 20 minutes.
Sweet.
Efficient. So it's a lot of fun. And if you haven't played Pathfinder or D&D before, I don't think I can recommend it enough, really.
No, I can't either. Because it's for me, it's a great like Sunday afternoon game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know those Sunday afternoons where you're just like, holy shit, I have got nothing to do. If you live with a bunch of fucking losers as well, like it's a great game to just pass loads of time, and it's probably super fun to play while you're drinking. I'm pretty sure this would be a great like evening, just like let's get smashed and play Smash Finder. There you go.
Roll a 1, take a shot.
Oh, gnarly.
Roll below a 5, take a drink.
Take a drink every time you roll below a 5. Take a drink every time you roll above 20, because like it's a victory as well. And then you had to do like brutal shots whenever you do a 1.
Doubles.
Yeah. Ooh.
Standard. Because it's a critical failure, so.
Yeah, so that's the
thing.
So's
your liver.
Yeah,
basically.
That's the thing I never got about drinking games, though. Right? Is like the whole point of being at a party
is to get drunk.
Is to get drunk, right? So why is it that like when I lose the game, I partake in the activity that I'm
there to do?
Yeah. And also, whenever I play drinking games, I just drink throughout anyway. So I don't need fucking rules to tell me when to imbibe my poison. You fucking dick. Don't fucking tell me how to drink.
I'm just the worst with Ring of Fire because I'm pretty good at just drinking anything.
Yeah,
like,
same. Like I can't chug it. I never chug things.
That's the thing. I'm for some reason, even though I'm not really a heavy drinker at all, I'm really good at chugging stuff. And I think it's just because I can like breathe through my nose at the same time really well.
You should play didgeridoo properly. That's what you should do.
I wish I could. It's the circular breathing I can't get down because it's
that's
pushing out.
And then I'm the other end of the spectrum. It's like I drink, some might say too much, but I can't chug. I just basically take really big sips. I can just go like big sip, put it down, big sip, put it down. I just can't chug there. There's something. It might be connected to the fact that I can't take pills either. So there you go. Not going to be ODing on any of that shit anytime soon.
So, there was this one time where Ring of Fire got really gross, obviously, because you have the forfeit pint glass. And we was playing with a friend of mine, and he had basically had way too much to drink already and was like, oh, he got the forfeit, but I was like second last, and he had a bit and then went off to puke. And they was like, you gotta drink it, you're second last. And I was like,
fine.
Oh, okay, whatever. And I downed it. And then I was like super drunk afterwards, but I still did it and I didn't puke. So,
it's not as bad as my Ring of Fire story when I was round at a mate's place.
Should we play a song first?
Isn't that our last song?
No, we got 2.
Oh, all right, yeah, let's play a song first.
Sweet. That means we don't have to talk about Deadpool as much.
Sweet.
This is Fresh with Eating Paper.
Cars rush below us on the overpass. She's gripping my shoulders. I'm riding the bike. It's our last year in school. Who knows what'll happen next? I do know that I'm struggling to catch my breath. Me and Charlotte have never been so cool. I haven't had a boyfriend in over 6 months. I kinda want a girlfriend and I kinda want none. It's been a productive year. Who knows what'll happen next? I do know that I'm struggling to recollect those times I wasn't happy with myself, those times I wasn't so cool, those times I was in hospital, those times I was depressed, those times I gave a little less every dark day, those times I wasn't so cool. It's our last year in school. It's our last year in school. It's our last year in school. It's perfect cadence. Thank you. We were fresh. Thanks so much. Everything.
Cool.
Wow.
That was fresh.
Dope. And so back to the drinking story, which are never good. None of my drinking stories are like cool. They're never like, oh, I had like so much to drink and then everyone wanted to touch my penis. It's never like that. It's always like, and then I made a fool of myself.
That's a liar's story.
That is a liar's story.
That never happens.
That never happens. But
Well, not to me anyway.
I don't. Yeah, it probably does happen just to cool people, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, we were playing Ring of Fire. I wasn't playing Ring of Fire, but Ed, as we talked about before, was. And it got to like the end bit, and he had to drink the King Cup, and he was like, "No, I'm not going to drink it." And I basically started going like, "Oh, come on, dickhead, drink it, mate! You fucking pussy, just drink it." And he was like, "I'm not going to drink it." I was like, "Fine then, I'll do it." And I fucking just like grabbed it from him. And it was in like a bowl, actually. It wasn't. It was like a
Fucking students.
Yeah,
Can't even
it was-
afford pint glasses.
Can't even afford pint glasses. And so I started like chugging away at this stuff, and I was like, "This has a really weird taste. I don't odd." And I was like, "Oof." So I wasn't like full on chugging it down. And then this Irish guy came up to me, and he was like, "Do you want a shot of absinthe?" And I was like, "What?" And I looked at it, and I was like, "That's fairy liquid, mate. I'm not going to drink that." And I gave it back to him. I was like, "You fucking dick." And I basically went back to drinking this thing. I was like, "Oh, there's a lot of fairy liquid in here. This is just booze and fairy liquid all mixed together." And I was like, "Uh-oh." But then the weird thing, I just didn't puke afterwards. Everyone was like, "You need to puke that up, mate." And I was like, "No, I don't puke when I drink, and I'm not going to do it now." Not even to get this detergent out of my body. I'm just like, nope, you're not pumping my stomach.
Burping bubbles for the next.
I thought I was going to be shitting suds for weeks, mate.
Similar story, if you're easily grossed out.
Tune out.
Yeah, tune off for the next couple of minutes. Now, the worst thing about this is I wasn't there, and I would have loved to have been there to experience it, but this is folklore from from a close friend of mine who I totally believe it happened. I'm never going to question it because it's something that would happen to him. But they were in Southampton on a like uni lads night out
lads
type
tour.
thing.
Yeah.
And
I never got invited.
so there's a guy called George and a guy called Jack. I'm just using their real names, whatever.
They don't care.
There's a lot of Georges and Jacks around.
But none that are like your friend.
Yeah, I guess
It
of the
doesn't
5
matter.
people that are my friends, it's pretty easy to narrow down. So they're at this bar and they're obviously smashed. And basically they had this really bad habit. They don't do it anymore. But at the time, what they would do is basically just go around and steal pints.
Oh, yeah. I've
Or
had...
like not nick pints off
No,
of
but
people.
like, yeah, you go around the bar, you see a pint that hasn't been touched in a while, and you're like, "That's mine now."
Yeah.
I've done that in the past. I do it at parties more than I do like when I'm out, just because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, whatever. This is just
No one's going to care.
no one cares. We're all smashed as it is. You guys have had enough. I haven't.
I'm a big guy.
I'm a big guy. I need a lot more than you.
Yeah. So
Not need.
need. So essentially what happens is they are kind of just wankered and George finds this like Baileys on the bar and he's like, "Oh, fuck that. Like Baileys is gross," but he knows that Jack likes it. So he kind of like goes, "Oh, dude, I found this." And Jack immediately just tips it down his throat.
Oh.
The crushed ice in it wasn't crushed ice. It was actually a glass of puke.
Oh, dude. Oh, that's... Holy shit.
So immediately, he's like... Apparently, immediately, he just went, "Fuck sake." And then basically ran out of the doors and puked up in the street. And all the while, George was obviously cracking up at this, as I would have.
Yeah,
probably.
I would have been pissing myself. I mean, obviously, like if it
It's
was me and
fucking
you,
disgusting.
I would just be like, "All right, there, right, we're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it." But like, that learned them good. It's like an Aesop's fable almost. The two drunkards that learned their lesson.
It's an old wives' tale.
Yeah. Oh,
So, talking of old wives' tales and folklore, we saw The Revenant.
We did see The Revenant.
Fucking sick segue, man.
I don't get how it was like an old wives' tale though.
Well, because it kind of the base of the story is true.
But that's the same as any any movie that says it's based on true events or something like that. Don't take it as gospel that that's what happened. What they mean is there was once a guy called George who went to a house. The house was not haunted and did not have a decimated moose corpse flying around it. That didn't happen.
Yeah, or some dwarven armor.
Yeah, or like Fargo, they just put it there just so more people would be interested in the film. They're like, literally none of that happened. Besides maybe that Fargo is a real place.
Yeah, somewhere.
Knocking about, yeah.
So, The Revenant, where do we even start with this? We saw it a couple of weeks ago. It would have been 2 Mondays ago.
No, it was like last Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like
Sorry,
just over...
it was a busy week.
It seems like a week and a half ago. Yeah.
So we was planning to kind of do the podcast when it was still fresh in our mind.
Yeah.
But time has passed. The moment's gone, but we still up there. So
well,
where do we
maybe.
Where do we even start with this?
Well, it has Leonardo DiCaprio in it.
Yeah, it has Leo in it.
And Tom Hardy.
Begging for an Oscar.
Yeah, he's not going to get it this time, I don't think.
Tom Hardy might, for supporting role.
Oh, he's definitely going to get it for supporting role. Like, I can't be asked going through, like, what happens in it. I'm just going to just kind of talk about how I felt about it. Like, Tom Hardy, if anyone's a Tom Hardy fan, which you should be because he's a fucking excellent actor, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything and been like, that was mediocre, Tom. You could have phoned that in a little bit less. He always goes out for it, man. He always does a great job. And this time, he plays kind of a knobby... I say kind of. He plays... a pretty knobby character in this, and he plays it so well. He is just so in character, and by the end of the movie, you fucking, like, just despise this dude. Even though, like, as some reviewers we like, who do a show called Half in the Bag, which we talked about before, said, like, a lot of his decisions come from, like, a pretty logical place. Like, they're still not good decisions, but it's like, because he basically leaves Leonardo behind in the woods.
Quick backstory. First 20 minutes of the movie. So we got these fur trappers.
Yeah.
In somewhere.
Leo and Tom are fur trappers. They have a bunch of fur. Some Native Americans come along, nick their fur, and
kill a load of them.
They have to run off. They're like, whoa, like, oh shit, get away from here. They're like, down a river. They've still got a few furs left. And they run away. And then basically Leo gets mauled by a bear when they're off out and about. And so they have to carry his fucking broken ass through the mountains of Montana, wherever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Because they never say, and it doesn't really matter. And and then basically all of the men are like, oh, this is bullshit. We're not carrying him all the way home. Some of us are going to go off, and then 2 of you have to stay behind, basically. And then Tom Hardy's one of them, and then there's another little kid.
Will Poulter.
Oh, and his son. And his son stays behind as well.
So Will Poulter's good in this as well.
Is that his name?
Yeah. He's also in Son of Rambo.
Yeah, that's where I recognise him from. I keep seeing him in things. Like, I saw him in like The Maze Runner. He's one of the main boys in The Maze Runner. And I kept seeing his face. Like, I know your ugly face from stuff, because he is an ugly dude. Come on, let's not beat around the bush. Yeah, he's pretty fucking... Oh, he's got a fucking spade face. And yeah, but he did good in this as well, because he's like a young buck, basically. He's like in his first year of being a fur.
Being a first trapper. He's in first year.
Yeah,
he's a freshman.
He's getting hazed.
And so yeah, you got Leo's son, and he's a Native American guy. So basically, Leo, it's kind of like a Dances with Wolves.
Yeah, it is
basically where Leo's kind of found this Native American family, beds chick, has a kid, then the village gets burnt down.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
It's kind of hazy, all of that section.
That's what I mean. Like, we're going to say this later, but, like, the character development, especially for Leo, like, a lot of his character story, they don't really explain that well. So you're just like, what? What's going on with, like... The only thing that we know for certain happens with Leo is that he gets fucked up by a bear and then goes through the woods, basically. Yeah. That's all that we really see. Like, because they keep going to these flashbacks of, like, his wife, who keeps telling him, like, inspirational quotes, like, trees are
Spoilers,
strong.
by the way.
I think they got that.
Sweet, yeah.
And yeah, his son is like mildly explaining. He's going to flashbacks of like him, in this burnt down village and stuff. And then there's a bit where you see Tom Hardy in the flashback as well. It's like, wait a minute, was he one of the soldiers?
Was he there? Was it actually him?
He was actually, because that's what I mean. They never explain it. It's just in one of these flashbacks. It's like, wait, was that like a dramatization? Are you replacing whoever killed your wife with Tom Hardy because that's who you're trying to get revenge on? Or was he actually one of the soldiers there? So, I mean, a lot of this like character stuff is not explained very well. So you're not really that invested in like Leo's revenge. You know what I mean?
I didn't, to be fair, like one of the guys in Half in the Bag said this as well, but I totally agree with him. Like initially, I didn't really think he was out to get revenge until the last half hour, 45 minutes.
He literally spells out for you by writing Fitzgerald. Oh yeah, Tom Hardy kills his son. Forgot to say that. That's why, because so as we were saying before, they're carrying his fucking broken ass through the mountains. Some of them fuck off. Tom and Will stay behind, and then Tom's basically just like, this is fucking stupid. This guy's not going to live very long. And to be actually perfectly honest, before he was really painted as the villain, I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense actually. He's just like, he's gonna die in like a couple of days.
By any person's
by any rational person's thing, especially frontiersmen who are who have to like they gotta go on like survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? You have to be strong to survive in the wild. It's a very animalistic thing. It's like this one's broken, just get rid of it. There's no point. So so he basically kills Leo's son, which that's a big dick move. Like I would have like pretty much been 100% on his side if he was just like, I'm off, see you in a bit, I just don't care, and just walked away. Basically. I'd just be like, but he like tries to like euthanize Leo basically, and then he kills his son, and then he just basically lies to the Will kid, and he's just like, oh my god, I saw loads of Indians. I'm not going to say what they call them in this movie because it's pretty harsh. And he's like, let's go, come on, let's bounce. And he convinces them that like they're both dead. Basically, he's like, oh, just don't bother with them. Let's just go. So the Will kid kind of gets like roped into
leaving
him behind. Yeah.
So what did I like? That's the thing. I'm not sure I really liked, like you said, the character development on Leo's character,
who's supposed to be like the main guy. Well, he is the main guy, and I'm just not invested in him. Like it's impressive what he's doing, but I'm like,
I think that's the thing. The main thing that drew me in wasn't necessarily his character, but it was more just all the shit that was going on, like the fact that he's like surviving all this shit, and it was more the world around it, I think, that pulled me in. And this is a long movie, and at points I did feel that it had like some pretty bad pacing issues. Yeah,
it definitely, because like one thing that we can't take away from the movie, like we can never take it away from it is a gorgeous film. It's absolutely brilliant.
Technically, it's fantastic.
It's a finely crafted piece of film, but there was some really, really long lingering shots on like this, like even just bits where like Leo's not really doing much. He's literally just dragging himself through the woods, and they'll just have these really long shots of the trees and then of the moon. And it's like it basically felt like it was like self-masturbatory at some. Well, that's what masturbation is. You have to say self. Like it's just like, look at how pretty we made this look. It's like, yeah, I get it, but I kind of want to get on with Leo.
I want to know what's going to happen. Yeah.
So let's do that now. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. So other than that, yeah, like you said, from a filmmaking perspective, it's pretty stunning, and the whole thing was shot in natural light, as probably everyone's heard by this point, because it's kind of
basically it's been
a buzz. It's a selling point.
Alfonso's last, is it Alfonso? Is that his name? Or
I can't remember his name. Dude.
I'm so sorry if that's not your name.
He also did Birdman.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Birdman. It's like his last movie, Birdman. That thing's, I don't want to say gimmick, because it's not really a gimmick, but it's like ISP, I guess, which is just a fancy way of saying gimmick, is that it was like a one shot kind kind of thing. Obviously, it wasn't. It was craftily, well crafted together, so it was like multiple shots, but it just felt like one long flowing shot. And this one's thing was all natural light because we want to make it seem like you're outside, basically.
Yeah. And I liked that. It come across well, and some of the bits were awesome. But yeah, there's some it's got issues, and I would recommend seeing it in a cinema.
Yeah, definitely.
To get the full experience. But
It's
at
like
the same
Avatar.
time,
It's like Avatar all over again. You know what I mean? Avatar, splendid movie. Looks fucking amazing. But like, you know, like story wise and shit, who cares? It's like we've seen this before. Again, it's just Dances with Wolves. Dances with Wolves fucking killed it. They got it out of the way. They fucking destroyed it. But yeah, like because the first time I watched Avatar was like at home, and I remember just being like, what's everyone's like big thing with this?
what's
like,
the buzz? Yeah.
But then I remember like as I was watching it, I was like, imagine if that was on an IMAX screen. I was just like, oh right, it makes sense now actually.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, like The Hateful Eight, if you can, see it on the biggest screen that you can. Like, because it looks great.
Size does matter, kids. No matter what your boyfriend tells you, it does.
So I guess we should wrap this up.
Yeah.
We didn't really say a lot about the movie, but there's not much to say other
That's
than
what I mean.
that it's just
because
great
it's
looking.
Yeah. I mean, if you just want to if you're a film student and you're looking to make like, you know, just like artsy fartsy good looking film, which you all do, don't pretend like you don't. Like that's all it is. If you can get a nice camera, you win all the student film awards. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Do that.
And one thing just to add that I did like was how brutal and like well paced all of the fight and action scenes were. Like they felt heavy, and the combat in it was like really well done. And
yeah, it
brutal
felt
and-
like you could feel. It's like when you know that feeling when you watch Jackass and stuff like that, and the horrible things are happening to them, and you're like, ooh, I can feel it, because obviously that is real. Like whenever these guys are fighting, you're just like, oh, when like Leo's getting completely fucked up by a bear, and it's just completely bereft of any music or anything like that. It's just the brutal sound and just him just basically getting torn apart by a bear, which is all. And again, that's all one long take, isn't it? Like they don't cut away for it, so it just feels like it basically feels like you're getting mauled by a bear, and it just feels heavy and brutal, and you're like, oh, I don't wish that upon anyone. I wouldn't even wish that on my worst enemy, getting mauled by a fucking bear.
Yeah, it would suck.
It would not be nice. If anything, I'd probably, like, if I was in Leo's position after getting mauled by that bear, I would be like, yeah, kill me. I can't be asked for this. This is
Pretty much,
bullshit. Yeah.
So other highlights in the movie: Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah, we got Camp Ginger Hitler from Star Wars. He was good.
Great. I really liked his performance in it. He was like the perfect balance between like level-headed and
Emotional, yeah.
kind of, but at the same time quite like staunch and brutal.
Well, because he's like the leader person.
Yeah, he's the
so.
commander essentially of this fur trapping group. So he's got an emotional side to him where he's like he cares about his men, but at the same time, you know,
It's about that cash. It is about cash, yeah.
And we got to get home and not die as well. So fuck Leo, basically. But yeah, overall star rating.
I'm gonna say 3.5.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I'm not being generous with star ratings because everything's a 4-star movie now.
Everything's a fucking 4. It's like, I don't get it. It's like, you look at the side of things, it's like, you do realize that 5 stars means
Perfect.
pretty much perfect. Like, you don't just get to throw them around. Like, so yeah, 3.5. Like, maybe like between 3 to 3.5, just because, like, I'm probably never going to watch it again. It was more of an experience than a film in my eyes. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I don't think I could sit and watch it at home.
It's a fucking long movie. It's like 2.5 hours. Too long. Just like this podcast.
3 hours, I think.
Just like this podcast.
Too
we're
long.
We're gonna say, see you in a bit, guys. We're gonna leave you with Your Friends, with a track called "Be Awful." Again, recorded at the shop. Check out the video. We've posted it up.
Sweet.
In a bit, guys.
Bye.
The sky sinks, the thunder, with the strobing stormy clouds. It's like the evening's asking you to leave. And I've passed out on the back seat of a taxi you can ill afford. Still beats staying with me.
I hope you make the most of all the hours that you get. I hope you sleep through every alarm he sets and get your good dreams back. Get your good dreams back. And when you wake up, be grateful. A drunk you had the power just means sober you can come back. No curses, no grudges held, just awkward pause. And we're both out and soon, not even that. I hope you make the most of all the hours that you get. I hope you sleep through every alarm he sets and get your good dreams back. Get your good dreams back. Before you stop dreaming altogether.